Hi, everybody. We're back with another DocSports free betting pick for March Madness. And we've got Thursday action in the Western bracket. We've got Texas Tech and Arkansas. I got Nick with me today talking about this game. We're going to give a free betting pick. Texas Tech favored by 5.5, total 147.5. And Texas Tech looked really good. And I think that's why last time out, that's why this line is so big. But Arkansas, you cannot discount what John Calipari did, beating St. John's, two former Kentucky guys. There was a lot of build-up there. So great wins by both of these teams. Before we get to your free betting pick, don't forget, DocSports.com/free60. Go over there. You'll get a free $60 account. We'll park that in there if you're a new customer. If you're an existing customer, go to the grid. It's $30 per day per sport. Or right now we have the March Madness Pass, $75 only. Get you all the plays from any one expert all the way through the national championship game. So if you get the free $60 for an extra $15 added in there, you can get in on it. So, and I know, Nick, you have a big play. You have strong play on Thursday, but your bigger play going to be on Friday. And when we say big plays, that's usually 6, 7, 8 units. Every once in a while Friday, but usually 6, 7, or 8 units. So make sure you go over and get on Nick's. All right, Nick, what do you like here, Texas Tech or Arkansas?
We got Texas Tech here. Let's not forget, though, they just lost in the Big 12 to Arizona by 6 points here. Texas Tech, they beat UNC Wilmington by 10 points. Then they beat Drake here by 12 points, but they only shot 12% from the perimeter against that game against Drake there. They were 2 for 14
3-point line, right?
3-point line, yeah. And they're 26 right now in the nation, in the country here in 3-point field goal percentage. And they only shot 12% against Drake. That's not good. How about this Arkansas team? Give your flowers to John Calipari. Yep. I mean, what he's done in his first year, you would have thought when they play against St. John's, you would have thought that was the Kentucky team with John Wall back in the day. My God, Arkansas absolutely defended St. John's, held them to 66 points in that game there. And they're the 10th seed, but they're not going to play like a 10th seed in this game. I understand that Texas Tech against Drake, they shot 54% from the field, but like I said, they shot 12% from the perimeter. If they want to beat this Arkansas team, they got to shoot 30 to 35% against Arkansas, at least you would say, right? But John Calipari has these Arkansas boys ready. And what they did, they had to play against Kansas, a team that was iffy. We already knew, but they got the job done. Then they play a St. John's team. Well, that was a bracket buster, to say the least. Okay, a 10 seed taking down a 2 seed right there. St. John's was done 75 to 66 in that game. And Arkansas played really good defense. But what Arkansas needs to improve on, like Texas Tech, is that they shot 10% as well from the perimeter in that game against St. John's. But they had great defense. They got the win. How I look at this game, you're giving me 5.5 points. And while you go into a Sweet 16 game, and you got John Calipari, this guy's been around just like Tom Izzo, just like Coach Krzyzewski. Obviously, he doesn't play anymore, but he's a legendary coach in this atmosphere, and he's going to have these boys ready to play in the Sweet 16. They're going to defend hard. Texas Tech, they're relentless on the rebound side, and everybody knows that. But Texas Tech showed me that UNC Wilmington, Drake, they're not tough teams. Yeah, Drake had 30 wins on the season, 5 losses now, but that's not a high caliber team like this Arkansas team is. And Arkansas is going to give you the best that they have. And they're in the SEC. They're in the Sweet 16. I love this Arkansas team. And they shot 54% from the field against St. John's. I love Arkansas. Give me the points in the back pocket. I just think that the spread's a little too high. In Texas Tech, what I saw out of them in Drake, it wasn't impressive enough to lay the points here with Arkansas. Arkansas, they just beat Kansas. Like I said, they just beat St. John's. This is a high number here. I think this is a last-second shot, maybe a buzzer beater like that Maryland Queen win. But I love Arkansas here. Give me the points with Arkansas and Texas Tech.
I actually thought that this was going to be a smaller line because I kind of thought, John Calipari, it's a big name, and the talent. They were a highly ranked team. Remember, the Kansas team they beat was a number 1 seed to start the year and the number 1 ranked team to start the year. So they beat a team that's very talented. Arkansas was a high-ranked team, very talented team. Now, they've been injury-prone. That really was the story of, they got off to a slow start, then injuries kind of. But since then, when they started to get guys back, they're playing really well. It's kind of house money here. I like Arkansas as well. If you're looking at a total 147.5, this was a very good over team in Texas Tech. And I believe Arkansas has went over
Mm-hmm.
in 5 of the last 6 games.
Well, if they're shooting 12% from the perimeter,
Yeah,
this
well,
game ain't going
I don't
over.
think we'll see that 12% again.
I hope not.
I mean,
but
it
we'll
hasn't.
see that
It hasn't.
defense with Arkansas. They'll be right up in their grill. That's
is the over something you like? I won't say this is a correlated parlay, but is it something like if you think it's a higher scoring game, it would favor one team or the other?
What's the over sitting at?
147.5.
I would lean towards the over, yes, because I don't think both of these teams are going to shoot 10 and 12% from the perimeter. They're going to be a lot better. They're going to get better in practice, but I would definitely lean towards the over in this game. But like I said, the stronger play is definitely Arkansas with the points.
I always say those games on Friday or Saturday and Sunday, you kind of got to hold with a grain of salt because they only get one day to prepare and to rest. Now you have 4 or 5 days off, and it usually teams play better, they shoot better, and they're more well prepared. So there you have it. The official play. We're not going to hold you to the total. The official play
+5.
Yeah, +5.5 with Arkansas. Don't forget, get all your bets over at DocSports.com/free60. That'll get you a $60 free account if you're new. If you're not new, just go to the grid and get in on it. $75 for rest of March Madness or $30 for the individual day. Nick here has a top play on Friday, so make sure you check that out.